Joanna's going to go over, once you get back to the station, how to edit this information. She's going to also go over the BFD hub, the Preplan hub, and give you guys some insight on how that works and operates.
Okay, and one note that just came up real quick. So when you guys add photos or attachments, they're going to show up at the bottom of this PDF. So if there is, I know there's a ton of information on iDrive with like your complex MacBooks and stuff. If something on there or something new that you have is appropriate to put on the end of this document or several pages, whatever you think is appropriate, it will come together as one document and it will be there for you on the MDT. So when you're in Survey 123, you just wanted to cover a few things. Collect, we know, starts a brand new pre-plan. Your inbox is all of the pre-plans that anybody has ever submitted. So it's not just your data, it's everybody in the whole department's data. It may be final, it may not be, but it's been pushed to the cloud and is available for you to see what's been started or what is finished. Draft is, if you click the left-hand, the X in the left-hand corner, it will prompt you to save a draft. If you've saved a draft, it will show up here. And then if you've sent anything to the outbox instead of submitting it to the cloud, it'll show here. And the difference between draft and outbox is you've either completed the required fields or you haven't. Okay, couple ways to edit a pre-plan form. You can do it directly from Survey 123. Just go to the app, click in your inbox. If your inbox is showing nothing here, you can click refresh, and then it'll show you all of the completed forms. You can use this search field up here to search for the name or the address, or there's a map button right here, and you can look spatially and find the existing pre-plan. You can also bounce to the Preplan hub. And if you keep scrolling down, there's a dashboard here that will show all of the existing pre-plans. You can search by, and you can go to this website on your mobile device or on a computer. You can search by building name, author, or address. And when you click on it, this information will pop up. There might be a couple reasons why you want to go to your desktop computer and go to the Preplan hub to use this tool to find these buttons here. So you can update with the app, and if you're on a mobile device, it'll pull open that exact form on Survey 123. If you're on a computer, it will ask you if you want to download this app. So the app that Shane had demonstrated earlier is actually on the PC, and it's exactly the same as the app that's on your phone. It's up to you if you want to download the app onto a computer. You can do that through the Microsoft Store. It's very easy. But it'd be pretty simple just to update with the web. So now you're back at your computer. You started a survey out in the field. Maybe you brought the printed template, which is the blank forms that you feel more comfortable writing on. You would go ahead and fill out all the required fields just as best you can, even if it's not totally correct, because you know you're going to go edit it back at the office. So this would be a great place. Now you have your keyboard. You can then transcribe all those notes into this field if you'd like. You can also download the app and do it here using a keyboard. This looks a little bit different, but it's got all the same information. Another reason you might want to pull this up on your computer is because there's one thing you can't do on the app, which is delete a note once it's been submitted. I don't know why, but you can do it here. So you would just pick the note that you want to delete and delete it, and then there's a submit button at the bottom. Okay. So editing symbology. So you can do that through field maps on your iPhone or iPad or your Android device. But maybe once you're kind of getting close to being done, or you're done with at least the field portion, you want to come back to your computer and you can use this desktop pre-plan editing app. So here we are on the home page. We'll scroll down, there's a link for it here. Also on the home page is a link to the mobile map. So if all you can remember is Preplan Hub, everything here is here for you. So this will just, if you click this from a mobile device, it'll just pull up the Preplan app or the Preplan map on field maps for you. If it's intuitive for you to come over here to editing, the same information is here for you. So to edit, we'll zoom to an appropriate scale like we talked about. We want to edit at the scale that we think the map is going to be printed on so that things aren't too clustered or too far apart. You don't have to do this part, but you can see here there's a scale. And if you're editing at that scale, that is the scale you're going to add to this section here. But that will be caught through QC, so just do your best. And if we review it and think things are illegible, we'll go ahead and make some small adjustments so that we can see it. We won't be taking a symbol and putting it where it shouldn't be, but we'll just be kind of spreading them out a little bit. So to edit a symbol, you just click select, and then click the symbol. And I can update information about the symbol. I can move the symbol. I can add a map label, or I can delete it. And then if I have forgot to add something, now I'm back at my computer, I forgot to add something, I can just click whatever I want to add it, and create. So I think this application is maybe even a little more user-friendly than the field maps because you can use a mouse, you've got your keyboard. There's also a running list of draft and final pre-plans here. So we can click on whichever one we want to look at. And then we tried to put all the buttons everywhere. So you can see there's these buttons, update with web, update with app. So if there's something about this pre-plan in the form-based application that you need to update, you can do that easily through these buttons. And then whether you're in field maps or you're here, if you click on this, you'll get a pop-up with the buttons that you're accustomed to seeing. But once these are final, you'll also see an attachment here with this document. So what we really tried to do is you don't have to remember what tool you have to use for what. You just have to know what you have time for. So if the captain, he probably just has time to be looking at the MDT and maybe clicking the pre-plan button so that that document pulls up. Someone in the back seat, they don't have the MDT in front of them, but they do have a phone. They can pull up field maps and get to the form here. They can also get to all of the symbology. If you like the Survey 123 interface, you can also pull that up and get all of the content there. So it's really user-friendly for you to know. Basically, you can get the information almost wherever you are. Okay, a couple tips and tricks. So in the situation where you have one building but many addresses, so I'm thinking like a strip mall, where when you do the building one time, a lot of the information is going to apply to every occupancy within that strip mall. So what you would do is you would complete, say, the grocery store in the strip mall. You would put the name, the address, complete the survey, and submit it. Then you would refresh your inbox, find that survey. Instead of editing it, you would copy data to a new survey. Then it'll open it up. You can change the name, change the address, and anything that would be appropriate to change in there that's unique to that occupancy, and submit it. And just keep doing that until you've hit everything in the strip mall. For situations where you have many buildings but one address, so I'm thinking like Micron, we would recommend you do a distinct survey 123 for each building. So you go to building A, Micron building A, address, fill it out for that building, submit. Start a new one, building B, same exact address, and go ahead and fill it out, submit it. What we'll do is we'll be able to see that you have numerous pre-plans for the same address, and we'll pull them together. I think it's going to be pretty rare that that happens. So we'll create a user-friendly PDF for you, so at the end of the day, you'll be able to navigate easily to which building you need to go to. I would recommend always refreshing your inbox when you come back to Survey 123, particularly if you know that multiple shifts are working on the same survey, and that way you have the most up-to-date information if they've made a bunch of changes and you're maybe not working on the same devices. Also, if you click that button that says Update with App, it's going to wipe out your inbox and just pull up that singular pre-plan. So you might come back to your app and say like, oh, where'd my inbox go? Not a problem. Just come back here and refresh, and it'll pull everything back into it. Just a reminder that to delete notes, it's got to be done through the web, which there are other user-friendly reasons why you might want to do some updates through the web. And then just a reminder on that known bug. So it could happen if you click a photo or try to take a photo. And then what happens is you get into it and you're like, oh, I don't want to be in here, and you click and nothing happens, and then you click and it's like back out. I understand that it's potentially a memory issue with the device. I can sometimes reproduce the behavior, but then I can't do it again. And so I would just still heavily recommend that you save a draft before you click on a photo or try to take a photo. And that way you still have your draft if that does happen. And hopefully it doesn't happen. I know it doesn't happen every single time, and I know it's really unpredictable. Another thing that you can do, a tip in field maps, is to click on these 3 dots here and favorite your map. That way it'll be at the top every time. And then if there's ever anything funny going on in field maps where you're like, this isn't right, just back out of it, and you can click these 3 dots and reload the map, and that should fix your problem. Just a reassurance that we will have quality control before it goes to the MDT, but the time between when we receive it and then submit it to CAD may vary depending on how many we've sent to them. We're going to be trying to send them in batches. So we'll get it from you. We'll probably see if we can't get any others together and then submit them to CAD. And I don't know how quickly they will turn them around, but we'll keep you updated. And then just a reminder on training resources on the hub. There's a bunch of videos, procedures. The iLearn training is here, and then we'll put today's recording on here as well. And then since I have your attention, I just wanted to let you know how you can get to office.com. So if you're at work or not at work, you can use office.com to access a lot of information you might like to access when you're not at work or even when you are at work. So you can put the Outlook app on your personal device, but that requires you to enroll in the city's mobile device management system. And if you don't want to do that, you can always access Outlook or OneDrive or Teams from here. And it doesn't require any sort of oversight from the city. I wanted to mention, might even have it here. Oh, good, yeah, here it is. So in Teams, there's this team fire operations, and you're all on that team. There's a pre-plans channel, if it'll pull up. And right now, we have folders for draft, final, and ready for dispatch. So you can kind of track where your pre-plan is in the process. And then once they're final, we'll be tucking them in these station folders. Here's all the old adopted building stuff. And then we do have the complex map book stuff here, but I don't think I realized how often it gets updated on the iDrive. So these are probably a little bit out of date and perhaps should be just kept on the iDrive. But this would be a good resource for you to, again, access another place to access these PDFs. One person asked, like, well, can I print them all out? Yes, you could come here, open each individual and print them out if you wanted to have them for training at your fire station, or just have them physically on your engine. While I'm here, I'll just mention there's a bunch of other resources for you. There's a link to the BFT annual calendar, the inside page. There's a bunch of tips and tricks here. I really want to encourage you to use your mobile devices. So you are now able to add whatever apps you want on them, really customize them for what your station needs. You do not need IT to import an app for you any longer. Everybody's password for your Apple ID is capital L, local 149, 2 exclamation points. You can always call me, but there's also this mobile device link here where you can access information. So if you're missing any apps, if I somehow miss somebody getting field maps or survey 123, you can go ahead and install that yourselves.